Hello and welcome everybody to Game 3 of ZOTAC versus Golden. This is going to be Game 3 of a best of 3. It is currently 1-1 in this series. Game 3 is going to be on Daybreak. Spawning here in the... Oh man, I don't even want to try to assign clock positions. Look at this map. What the heck? That's not square at all. I guess 12... Do we want to call this 1 o'clock? Spawning in the top right position as the yellow Zerg, we have from Team SlayerSGolden. Spawning here in the bottom left position as the blue Protoss from Team It's GoSuHwangSin, we have ZOTAC. Now there are a couple of things I'd like to talk about. First of all, if you don't already know, Team GoSu is a pretty active team. It's got a lot of very well-known players, ZOTAC being one of them, Poke Bunny being another one that hits the competitive scene quite often, Astoji is another well-known player, Sonky also a relatively well-known player, but more recently acquired for the GoSu team was the members of SixJax. A couple of the members of SixJax, SixJax Vibe and SixJax DDE, both really ridiculously good players, DDE being a Terran player and Vibe being a Zerg player. When SixJax was recently disbanded, those two members were picked up by GoSu, and they are really good. So I'm actually very excited to see what they do on GoSu, but that's not what we're going to be watching today, because today we are watching two Korean players go head-to-head, duking it out Korean style. Now, from Golden, we're seeing the exact same build that we've seen in the previous games. Looks like he's just going to be getting up that gas, getting up that pool, and then denying this, shooing away this probe, and then throwing down his natural expansion. And at the front base of ZOTAC right now, we do have a similar build as well that he's been going for that standard Protoss build. Once again, he's not going to be fast expanding on this map. It is not quite as viable to do the Forge fast expand. Kind of a wide choke here. Again, kind of doable on this map, but not the strongest thing you can do ever. It can be a little iffy if your opponent just goes for a lot of units and all-ins you in the early game, which I don't think we're going to be seeing from Golden at all, as Golden has been playing pretty heavily macro style this entire game. Now let's talk about this map a little bit, because a lot of you may be looking at this map and going, I've never seen that map in my life. What the heck is this map? This map is called MLG Daybreak. This is an interesting map. Actually, is it MLG or is it GSL? I can't remember whether this is an MLG or GSL map, but it is called Daybreak. I know that much. Some interesting notable features about this map is it is a two-player map, so the players know immediately from the start where the opponent is spawning. And other things to note, there are no gold expansions at all. There are these kind of far away expansions here at these wings. There are expansions down here to the side. None of these are gold expansions. There's small expansions in the middle that only have 6 mineral patches and a rich Vespene Geyser in the middle. Definitely a nice little base to take, especially for that rich Vespene Geyser. Being able to just put 3 workers on that and get a lot of extra resources, definitely a very good thing to have. But of course it is very risky. Couple of Xel'Naga watchtowers in the middle, but despite this looking like the distance isn't that far to go between bases, there are actually a big huge hunk of destructible debris sitting right in the middle of the map that pretty much makes players not able to go through this little middle path. Definitely when you open up those destructible debris, it opens up some interesting paths. Sometimes players do want to get those destructible rocks down to try to get that different route to their opponents. Other times they like to leave those destructible debris down. Definitely going to see what is going to be happening in this game. When these destructible debris are up, they are forced to go up on this high ground and then down this low ground again before they get to their opponent's base, or go all up along this high ground and this low ground to get to their opponent's base. Definitely for like Terran players, they definitely want to force their opponent to have to go to not take this little choke straight through the middle, place a bunch of siege tanks here up on this high ground, and be able to defend this much easier when their opponent just can't cut through here. Just because Terrans are so good at holding positions. Of course, we don't have any Terrans in this game, so I guess that point doesn't make too much sense here in this game. Now, ZOTAC, for the first time, we do see a fairly fast expansion here going down for ZOTAC. He's gotten up quite a few sentries here. He's got a Zealot here walling off this, I think that is actually completing a little bit of a wall off there. Now any Zerglings that try to run by are going to have to go around this entire path to try to get around the back, and it looks like we now have an Evolution Chamber going down for Golden. So Golden actually going for an identical build. Every single one of these games so far, he's gone for identical builds. Third expansion, though, going down, and uh-oh, what do we see going down for ZOTAC right now? But we have a Dark Shrine going down. The Twilight Council is up Is Golden going to be prepared for this? He does not yet have layer tech on the way. He does have that evolution chamber, and yes, he's throwing down those spore crawlers at every base, so it looks like he is going to be prepared for this. Now, whoa, a little bit of a misclick there from HwangSin as he accidentally activates a Guardian Shield there, losing a little bit of energy there on that sentry. I'm actually trying to figure out how he did that. How did he accidentally hit G on that? I'm not 100% sure how he did that, actually. Was he trying to morph his warp gates? I think the hotkey for warp gate is G, right? Pretty sure that's correct. Yeah, that's probably what he was trying to do there. Accidentally activated that Guardian Shield. Whoops! A little bit of a mistake there by HwangSin. Not going to be too big of a deal, though, as it doesn't look like he's trying to be aggressive too early. It looks like he's trying to get his macro on in this final game. Dark Shrine, though, does take forever and a day to complete. Looks like it is finally about to be completing. No forward pylons at this point in time for HwangSin, so he's not going to be able to do any kind of tricky warp-ins anywhere all over the map. But it looks like he's just going to be continuing to macro up quite a bit. Now, there we go. 2 Dark Templar now moving across the map here for HwangSin. And is Golden going to be able to see him? Did he catch him there? Yes, he actually did. Oh my god, did you see that? He actually saw the little bit of a ripple there and pulled back with those 2 Zerglings. He saw the ripples. That was unbelievable. I can't believe that Golden actually saw that. Whoa, getting stuck on the automaton there. And look at that. He actually sees the Dark Templar coming. This is unbelievable play here from Golden. Can't believe he saw that. Now throwing down Spore Crawlers to stop this from going down. And look at that. He's surrounding that one Spore Crawler because he wants to protect it. Brilliant, brilliant play here by Golden. Wow, I'm really impressed with that. I'm actually super impressed with that. That was amazing, amazing little sight there. And now HwangSin not able to do too much damage with those Dark Templar, and those Dark Templar are expensive. They do cost 125 minerals and 125 gas. They are very expensive little units that die very fast when they are spotted. They are, of course, permanently cloaked, however. That is their major advantage for those of you that don't know. And now we do have a lot of gateways coming down here for HwangSin. Absolutely loving this style of play. If you're going to be going for Dark Templar and getting up all this Twilight Council and all these things that really augment your gateway units, you definitely want to start to throw down a lot of gateways just because, well, that's the kind of tech route that you have gone for. Now, interesting move here by HwangSin. He has, since he did have that Dark Templar, well, as long as it's up and it's not able to do much damage, he might as well place it in a forward position and try to use it as a scout. But Golden definitely wanted to track it down, chasing it down now with that Overseer. Looks like he's going to try to scout it, but HwangSin looks like he's going to be able to get away with that Dark Templar. In the meantime, looks like Golden's trying to get up a lot of drones right now, currently sitting at about 70 drones right now to the 50 drones of HwangSin right now, so he's definitely in a good spot right now. HwangSin finally getting up those other gateways, more gateways continuing to go down, and now HwangSin moving out with a small number of forces, lots of sentries in the mix. 1 Zealot, looks like a bunch of sentries, and interestingly enough, he does have a probe actually in that control group. I'm actually curious to see in that control group what he actually, I'm curious to know whether he actually puts a probe in his control group just so that he can always be throwing down pylons there and easily controlling a probe there. It kind of looks like it. I mean, that probe is moving with the army, and yeah, I think that he's just got it in the control group. I think that's a really smart play there by HwangSin. I absolutely love that. Now it looks like the Golden's trying to go for a little bit of a counterattack though, but HwangSin going for the full wall off while he's gone. Does currently have +2 ground weapons coming up right now for HwangSin, and it looks like he's now moving up, placing those forward pylons. Very smart move here by HwangSin, actually throwing down a couple of pylons. Really wants to be sure that those pylons stay alive. And again, Golden with the very smart move here with these Zerglings, keeping them in the back so that the moment HwangSin moves forward, if he's able to take out these pylons, it pretty much stops this push dead. HwangSin, if he really wants to play safe, he really needs to be able to warp in reinforcements here, and so he really doesn't want to push until he has these forward pylons in place. It looks like he is going to finally get those pylons up though. It looks like he has another one here on this high ground as well. And now here comes the engagement here. Lots of roaches and hydras currently up here for Golden. Looks like he's going to try to push forward. Nice force fields here going down, preventing a lot of Zerglings and roaches from dealing damage. As you can see, there's a lot of extra movement going on here, and it looks like there's one Dark Templar actually in the mix that's not scouted at all right now. Where's that Overseer? That Overseer not currently out on the map, and this Dark Templar, Golden does not realize it's there, and it's actually dealing a lot of damage to the forces of Golden right now. So many Dark Templar now coming in, dealing a lot of damage, getting a lot of probe kills here. Lots of Overseers now being morphed in here for HwangSin. Lots of Golden's drones pylons are being forced to be pulled off the line, and now coming in, targeting down all these overseers. It looks like he's not going to be able to pick them off, though, as there are quite a few overseers here for Golden. Those overseers, ever since patch 1.4, have been reduced in cost. Now it only costs 50 minerals and 50 gas to warp in those overseers, so they are not at all expensive. But these Dark Templars are still doing an amazing job of cleaning up all these forces. These Dark Templars actually deal a ridiculous amount of damage, 50 damage per swipe. That is a ton of damage, and it looks like now he's going to be morphing Archons now, as that is going to be, as there are too many overseers out on the map right now. He's going to need Archons to get a little bit more beefier units up, but as you notice, Golden was able to pick off all of those pylons, so HwangSin really unable to reinforce any of these forces at all right now. HwangSin continuing to try to be very annoying here, trying to do a little bit of blink micro there, blinking back the weak stalkers. Absolutely love that. It looks like the Archon is finally going to go down, and the rest of these stalkers now going to go down as well. Now let's see how much damage was done right now. Let's check out that units lost tab. As we can see, Golden actually lost a lot more in that engagement. HwangSin was definitely way more cost effective in that engagement. Looks like he only lost 6.6k worth of resources, whereas Golden lost about 8k worth of resources there. Now, we do have an overseer in the main expansion currently gooping up these warp gates, trying to prevent them from doing any kind of production. This is actually really annoying in the middle of a push. If you do this, it actually delays quite a bit. 30 seconds is actually a huge delay when you're in a game to not be able to produce out of a gateway. But it looks like he's going to continue to be annoying, actually. I thought HwangSin was actually going to be going to pick that off, but no, it looks like he's actually going to be looking to get aggressive again, and he's moving out with a ton of Blink Stalkers right now. These Blink Stalkers are currently 2-0 in upgrades. Looks like he's focusing solely on upgrades, and he's not expanding at all. Looks like HwangSin really wants to end this on 2 base. If he's not able to do a lot of damage with this push here, I don't know if HwangSin is going to be able to take this game. He really needs to be expanding here behind this if he wants to be able to sustain any longer than this push. He's continuing to deal a lot of damage, doing a lot of beautiful blink micro. All these stalkers blinking back, beautifully done there, and a lot of the forces of Golden are going down very fast. This pylon being focused here by a couple of Hydralisks. I think it's actually going to go up, though, and HwangSin might actually get a warp in off it. Yeah, we do now have a big, huge warp in coming in. No, the pylon goes down there. Golden, nice job there, takes out that pylon, gets all those forces canceled, and now all these warp gates are now on recharge. He cannot produce any more. That is going to be a big loss there from HwangSin. For HwangSin, rather, as he now has to walk what few units across the map that he can. He's got a few stalkers. I think actually when you do get a pylon canceling your warp gates like that, I don't think you actually lose the warp gate recharge rate. Somebody correct me on that. I'm actually really curious. That's actually something that I don't know, and that's actually something I would really like to know. That would actually be really good to know, because that is actually a very important little thing in a major fight like that. That is absolutely critical that you're able to get forces out. And again, he's still not expanding at all. He really wants to end this, but I think Golden, he's just delayed too long on this push. Look at this army now for Golden. Golden has such a large army of roaches and hydras. These currently are +2 in attack upgrades right now. Golden just continuing to produce a lot of units. The destructible rocks now going down here at the front of Golden's base. Golden definitely trying to just produce as many roaches and hydras as he can to try to keep up with the production. As we can see, he's way ahead in the food count right now. 143 food to 90 to 110 food of HwangSin right now, and tons of forces now moving out for Golden right now. Looks like these forces are going to be very strong here for HwangSin, but HwangSin actually has reinforcing stalkers coming in right now, going to be able to pick off a lot of these forces, and despite the forces of Golden being way ahead in food count, HwangSin is actually pushing in with a lot of roaches, going to be able to deal a lot of damage here. Is Golden going to be able to stop this push? A lot of these stalkers are getting very weak, and yes, it looks like the reinforcements here for Golden are going to be able to stop HwangSin from doing any more damage there. No expansions up for HwangSin. He's currently getting mined out at his natural, still actually got quite a bit there, but nothing at his main right now. Not fully saturated at his main, but now he's going to have a lot of workers transferring down. If this final push doesn't end soon, then I think this is going to be the end of this game here for HwangSin. HwangSin going to be pushing in for one last final push. Got a few Dark Templar in the mix as well as Zealots. Looks like he's going to be pushing in here, really trying to end this on 2 base. If he doesn't make it on 2 base, then with this push, there's really not going to be anything he can do. I think this game was actually over after the last push, just because, I mean, I think Golden's just been on 3 base for way too long here, and Golden, I think, is just going to be able to take this game just with super heavy macro. The macro of Golden is just really good right now, really strong, doing a lot of very good injecting, getting a lot of forces out on the field, currently almost doubling the food of HwangSin right now, and there's the GG from HwangSin. Absolutely amazing play game there by Golden, able to take the whole best of 3. So that's going to end the best of 3 for me. That's going to end it for me today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all the amazing... I've been getting a lot of subscribers lately on my channel. I've been getting a lot of really positive feedback from all you guys, and I really appreciate that. I really want you guys to know that I really appreciate every single view that goes down on my YouTube channel. So thank you guys, really sincerely. Thank you guys so much. It's been so fun casting these games, and the fact that anybody at all wants to watch me cast these games is absolutely amazing to me. I absolutely love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, that's going to do it for me. Again, thanks for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, do that now, because I love subscribers. They're just the best thing in the world. One last time, thank you guys so much for watching, and Glitch out.